Call of Duty Zombies needs more RPG elements. Now hear me out, before you guys get all salty or maybe disagree or possibly even agree, let me lay out what I mean by this. Alright, I know that RPG elements can span so many different things. It can mean character customization, it can mean dialogue, it can mean NPCs, it could mean open world, it can mean skill branches, skill trees, it can mean all sorts of different things, but that's not exactly what I mean when I say I want Call of Duty Zombies to have more RPG elements. There's a few select things that, when looking at some games, that I do think would transfer over. Now, hear me out, I know Fallout and Call of Duty Zombies, right? Complete different fucking games, and it's hard to kind of compare the two. But when you look at the fact that what allows Fallout to do such great world building, and even Elder Scrolls games and other RPGs in general, is how much it relies on NPCs and what they could do for the world building and the story in general. Now hear me out, we're not talking Fallout 76, okay? We're gonna forget that thing ever happened. But if we look at the Black Ops Cold War campaign, and we could see that they actually somewhat already have dialogue options to sit there and create world building and learn more about the characters that you're fighting alongside with, it's incredibly important to feel connected to that. And I think what Call of Duty Zombies is missing is that level of world building where you feel like, holy shit, this is a fucking apocalypse we're in. This isn't no like small scale, only 4 people are fighting this. But, well, I mean, technically where the story lies right now, yes, it's not a full-blown apocalypse. But that's the thing, is it's getting there. Where we could see Weaver in the cutscene talking about small outbreaks all around the globe. However, they're not fully exposed to the public yet. So when you are playing, it is your job as the 4 characters to kind of clean up the zombies where they are currently. When you're playing games like Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3, where it was a worldwide apocalypse, the world was over, and zombies completely took over, it still felt like an isolated experience. There wasn't enough other characters to keep the world interesting and engaging. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love audio reels, I love ciphers, I love notes, I love all that shit that helps character development and world build. But at the same time, I think Cold War is the perfect game to introduce something like NPCs. Now, hear me out once again. Alright, let me get to explaining on how I would fit NPCs into the map. So, let's say all the rumors are saying it's going to be a fucking Vietnam map, right? It'll be set on an island or whatever the fuck the case is, and it'll be in like a little Vietnamese town. Or I'm just thinking of the Cold War campaign mission, and I'll put some gameplay of that up in the background while I'm talking about it now. I think if this was a zombies map, and you started off in a safe room similar to the campaign safe room where you have your buddies and other people you can talk to, I think if you started in this safe room, you got a minute to talk to these people, learn what you're going to do here in this location, what their quest is, and basically what the main point of this location being a zombies map is. And as soon as you left, that's when round 1 would start. That's when the zombies would start spawning. And similar to exfilling, every 5 rounds, you'd be available to go back into the safe room and check up and talk to these NPCs with small dialogue trees, right? Just like in the campaign, I'll have some gameplay of that up as well, where you could sit there and you could learn more and more about what's going on in the universe. Now, of course, you'd worry, how does this affect the gameplay, right? So the way I would do it is similar to exfilling, have all 4 players have to vote to go into the safe house. And the second someone wants to leave, they would just go up to the door, and it would only require 1 person to leave for everybody to exit the safe house. Of course, this would cause issues in public matches. However, public matches, you don't really need to focus on the world building. It's more so for private matches and custom games with your friends and solo games. So once 1 person left the safe house, everybody would leave. And you could stay in there as long as you want. No zombies are going to spawn or anything. However, it does, of course, halt the game. So it's not like you could earn anything in there at all. It's simply just for dialogue. And maybe they could award you quests or simple challenges, like a little challenge podium, but you get them through NPCs. And I also think throughout the map, there should be other NPCs maybe locked behind barred doors and buildings or boarded up barriers that zombies don't get into, and they could sit there and they could talk to you. And I think throughout the map, if it was a similar interaction button where you just hold down the interaction button, similar to like exfilling, once again, you hold down X, and then after maybe 3 seconds of holding it down, that's when you could talk. So it's not like you just run past them, you hit X, now you're in a dialogue tree and you're fucked. It's kind of like the particle accelerator for Pack-a-Punch, where you hold it down takes a few moments, and then you could enter dialogue. And you do it at your own risk. It's simply just there to create more of an engaging universe, and I think that would really help the way Zombies plays out in the future. I also think these NPCs could be useful in the sense of maybe they could have callouts where they tell you dogs are coming, or you're gonna have a boss next round, or they could maybe help you towards an Easter egg, or maybe if you do something for them, they could give you a quest where go out and do this, bring me back this, or scavenge for food, bring me back food please, I left it in this market over here. And you do that, and maybe they could give you a unique weapon rarity. So instead of orange being the best and gold is the best for the wonder weapons, but instead of orange being the best for your base weapon, maybe you could get on another color, maybe like a fucking neon pink or something that's above orange, and you only do it, or you only receive it from doing enough quest for an NPC. I think NPCs are definitely a very important thing to consider when looking at the future of Call of Duty Zombies. I do definitely think that it is the right direction that I really hope happens, and unfortunately I don't think it'll ever be the case. But for making a more engaging universe, that is a step in the right direction. Now, of course, there needs to be other things to make Call of Duty Zombies more expansive and have better RPG elements. And one of those things to me would be a gear shop. I'll talk about the currency and how to earn the gear shop after, but this gear shop, I'll have a little sample of kind of what I mean, a picture I put together to help explain what I'm trying to say if you're more of a visual kind of guy or gal. But I think this gear shop can hold uniforms, helmets, boots, and gloves that affect small gameplay stats. And you could select these before the game for your character to wear, and it alters your gameplay. Not drastically. I think perks and stuff still need to play the bigger aspect, and overall the gameplay should come from in-match material. You should be earning everything in-game. However, similar to the upgrading system with perks or Ethereum crystals, you do it in the lobby and then you go into game and it changes. I think in this store have 10 different uniforms, and what I mean by that is like the clothing set, so the actual uniform and the helmet and gloves and boots, and they could all be one set, and maybe when you wear them together you could get some sort of bonus. But I do think all individual items should have their own stats that change gameplay just a little bit. So if you save up 10 currency and you're able to buy a common pair of boots, maybe it decreases how fast you crouch but increases how fast you walk. Or maybe another pair of boots can give you more sprint speed that stacks with stamina, however your sliding distance is decreased. I think a lot of these different uniforms and outfits and gear parts can really make for a better gaming experience when it comes to zombies, and a lot more replayability, because you could actually put together maybe a medic set if they have enough stats where if you wear these boots, these gloves, this uniform, and this helmet, you could revive 10% faster, stacked with stamina up, so therefore you're constantly just picking up your teammates really quickly. Or maybe even they have an outfit that allows you to hold more ammo, more stock ammo, or something just for your weapons, maybe just one extra clip so it's not too overpowered. They could do a heavy set gear, a uniform that maybe decreases your sprint speed and your overall movement speed, but also gives you one more hit of damage to be taken before your armor breaks, or maybe even allows you to have a fourth armor plate rather than moving quicker. So you definitely, I think there needs to be sacrifices made in order for these to really play out for RPG elements. I don't need a skill tree in my zombies. Would it be cool? Maybe. I don't know. That's kind of going out on a limb. However, I do think uniforms and outfits and game-changing stats for simple things you can earn is a huge way to go, and I think that would be fucking awesome and add so much replayability into COD Zombies. And I think Cold War is the perfect game to do it, because simply just it is the most free zombies mode we've had, in the sense of buy what you want when you want it. You want ammo? Go fucking buy it. Who cares about what gun you have? Wonder weapon, ray gun? Go fucking buy it and buy the ammo. Who gives a shit? You want to jump over this bar because you're stuck on this staircase and spawn where you constantly get fucked and you need to hop over the railing? Go for it. You want to train in the particle accelerator room where it's like, holy fuck, if you couldn't jump over shit, you would die in fucking less than 5 minutes of training? Not to mention, you could go out and get fucking kill streaks. I definitely think the salvage system alone promotes more RPG elements and more engaging stuff in this game than we've ever seen before. Gobblegums were great, elixirs were great, however, they just don't compare to what this game has to offer. They can constantly bring in new stuff, and I do wish that they had 4 main characters. I get why they don't, but at the same time, what can really separate main characters, because with the lack of a personality to follow or lack of even backstory for these characters, you tend to not care as much, which means they do need to put in other characters that you do care about. Sam, Weaver, fucking bring back Rittoff, and they'll have Eddie from Togdertone. He made it out alive. He'll make an appearance before the end of the season at some point, I'm sure of it. I definitely think these things together would boost the replayability in Zombies. Now let's talk about that currency. So I'll have another display of an image I made representing this currency and what I mean by it. For this video, I'm just going to simply refer to this currency as liquid divinium, because I guess it's a similar idea where you play the game, you do certain things, you are rewarded in-game with liquid divinium, and you spend it back in the lobby, similar to Gobblegums. I think that this currency should be hard to earn. I think it should be time consuming, but I do not think it should be capped. You should be able to have as much of it as you want. But at the same time, I think completing an Easter egg, say for an example, could give you 5 currency. Okay, every 50 rounds you're in a game, 5 currency. You'll have 5 liquid divinium. You do the Easter egg after around 100 run, right? So you got the 5 from round 50, you got the 5 from round 100, and you got the 5 for completing the Easter egg. You're at 15 liquid divinium. Killing the mini bosses in the map, so like the megatons, the big chunguses, probably because their spawn rate give you like half of a liquid divinium, and therefore you could constantly earn throughout the game and you don't feel like you're not earning anything. And I do think if NPCs are added, they could give you certain quests. Okay, do 5 quests for an NPC, you earn a liquid divinium. And I think there needs to be a lot of ways to earn them, but they need to be really slowly earned. I think the stuff you could buy in the gear shop need to have rarities, just like weapon rarities. They should have the common, the legendary, the rare, the epic, and all that shit. And I think, of course, with epic being the best, it would give you the best stats. Of course, everything I do believe needs to be balanced out. I'm no game designer, I'm no fucking game dev, so this is a complete mock-up, so bear with me once again. Let's say an epic set of gloves helps you reload 10% faster stacked with speed cola, and you revive 5% quicker just with that set of gloves equipped. That set of gloves should be an epic, in the sense of you have to constantly be earning shit. This currency needs to be constantly given to the player throughout the match. The outfits definitely will be worth it, but they will be a grind, and it will keep the players engaged as long as they want outfits and they're constantly adding new shit. They cannot overprice these outfits, but they can't underprice them either, because I maxed out all my shit with Ethereum crystals in the first week of the game being out, and now I feel like I'm not earning shit. So when you introduce something, you have to constantly bring to the table more of that, more of what the player wants. And when you have a cap at that, when it's like 130 crystals or whatever the fuck it is to max everything out, it's as simple as, well, fuck, I'm not earning anything. So why play now? I'll wait for them to add shit, so then I'm actually earning more crystals. They need to constantly be bringing in new outfits, new gloves, new gear sets, and everything that promote playing this game. And I think that the more ways they add and the more experimental they get in DLC maps, the better. The more ways you could earn these liquid diviniums, the more ways you can get story and world building. You could learn so much about the universe and zombies and what they're trying to create with NPCs. You could get a sense of progression with currency and fucking buying shit in the gear shop. This is all different RPG elements that I really think would benefit Call of Duty Zombies. Do I think it'll ever happen? Honest to God, as long as COD Zombies is under Activision's control and just stapled to the Call of Duty name, no. I don't think Activision or Call of Duty has the balls to jump to an RPG for their side mode, because at the end of the day, they prioritize Warzone, multiplayer, campaign, all before they prioritize the fucking Zombies mode. In my opinion, it will take so much success for them to realize Zombies is more than just a side mode. And just for a minute, they tickled our fucking balls with it in Black Ops 3. Zombies Chronicles being the best selling DLC on the PlayStation ever. I mean, holy shit. Look what this community is capable of. But then they gave us Black Ops 4 and the game fucking sucked, and it wasn't profitable because the game was shit. The maps were shit. The stability of the game was shit. If the community is willing to push, and if everyone was on the same page, of course this is all my humble opinion, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Everything in here to me sounds like it would be fucking awesome, and it would completely reinvent what Zombies is. It is time to do that. This game is close enough to doing it. It's possible. If the community wanted it, it might just happen. I've been talking for 20 minutes now. I don't know how long this is going to be in the final product and how much I end up cutting out. I started a shit ton, and this is like my 3rd attempt recording this video. So if you guys liked it at all, any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to hit the comment section below. I really appreciate all you guys listening, and until next time, piss off.